This is my toxic sludge morning routine as a gummy bear, they, them. I start every single morning by swishing with some sugar water. I just get the ultra processed refined white sugar from HEB. It's like $2. I find this is a great way to really get cavities started and to get my blood sugar levels up in the morning. I then take some pure vegetable oil. Again, this is HEB brand, and I swish that around for about 20 minutes. This is something called oil pulling. I then spend about an hour playing video games in bright blue light. I then take my trusty Colgate toothpaste that's absolutely chock full of fluoride. I also grab my plastic toothbrush that I think was like $1 at HEB. And then I brush my teeth for, 20, 30 seconds, whatever gets the job done. I then like to really dehydrate myself and have about 4 to 5 cups of coffee. And if you're somebody that doesn't really like coffee, then I would suggest having about 4 to 5 Red Bulls. At this point, I'm pretty tired out from my whole morning routine, so I like to get in about a 20 to 30 minute nap. Oh, and this is important. I always avoid any human contact in the morning. I find that this really ruins all of my relationships. Oh, and I forgot to mention that as soon as I wake up, I always scroll on TikTok for at least an hour, sometimes longer than an hour. And then I always close all of the blinds because I am artificial light maxing. And now it's time to order some Taco Bell for breakfast and get ready for the rest of the day.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and on this channel we talk about life and relationships after leaving the church, and we also do some commentary on the goings-on in evangelical Christianity. Do you happen to have an interest in the occult or spooky things? I mean, you're watching my channel, so odds are you probably do. Well, I have a really exciting event coming up that's probably right up your alley. On Sunday, July 26th from 6:30 to 9 p.m., I'm hosting another religious studies event in partnership with the atheist community of Austin. And this time we have a fan favorite back, Dr. Joseph Laycock, to talk about, drumroll please, Satanism. I'm obviously so excited for this one. So we are doing things a little bit differently this time, so listen up. We're holding this event at the Crowbar on 523 Thompson Lane here in Austin, Texas. If you've never been to the Crowbar before, you're really in for a treat. It's such a vibe. It's giving like vampire parlor meets dive bar in the absolute best way possible. I'll be opening the event alongside Satanic Minister Io Locke with a participation optional short satanic ritual focused on community solidarity. Then Dr. Laycock will give a lecture on the history of Satanism, followed by Q&A. And finally, we'll have a very special drag performance by local artists Paris Heels and Ken Doll. So please make sure you bring cash to tip the performers. All of the details are, of course, down in the description, and we all cannot wait to see you guys on Sunday, July 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the Crowbar. Hail Satan. Okay, so you guys have heard of the term almond mom, right? In case you haven't, an almond mom is a parent who is deeply influenced by diet culture and has an unhealthy fixation on weight loss, which they then project onto their children. Almond moms often fully restrict their kids from eating foods that they consider unhealthy, such as the occasional bag of chips or cookies or soda. They may even put their kids on fad diets like keto or Atkins. They encourage excessive exercise and enforce strict supplement routines that they claim are for wellness, but are more often actually aimed at losing weight.
Someone needs to tell me I'm not insane. We're making dinner right now. My mom is telling me I can't make rice to eat with this food. Let me tell you. She's like, there's already a grain in our meal. Guys, the grain is a teaspoon of quinoa.
Half a cup.
cauliflower. So please. I need to know I'm not crazy.
I do know.
No!
Let them see me. I do admit it is not the best meal, but it is the best meal.
And guess what? It could have been a best meal if we had rice.
Why would we have 2 grains?
Mommy, it's a teaspoon of quinoa.
As someone who does actually eat plant-based and constantly hears accusations from meat eaters that I'm not getting enough protein, I feel like I'm actually very qualified to say this. Girl, you're so right. A teaspoon of quinoa mixed with arugula plus a little side of cauliflower does not sound like a substantial meal at all to me. Like, there's definitely not enough protein going on there if you're trying to actually eat a meal. While many comments under this post say things like eat the rice and that's a side, not a meal, the top comment with over 14,000 likes reads, "I wish my mom was like this." The commenter goes on to explain that their mom is the opposite of an almond mom. She apparently allowed them unlimited access to candy and fast food, which they say led them to weigh over 260 pounds by the age of 18. And while I can definitely sympathize with their predicament, wishing that their mom had gone to the opposite extreme to the point of not allowing their child to have a little side of rice with their salad, I don't think is a great solution either. So the term almond mom entered the cultural vernacular in 2022 after a decades-old clip from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills went viral online. The clip shows a young Gigi Hadid telling her mom Yolanda over the phone that she feels weak after eating half an almond.
How are you?
I'm feeling really weak. I have a couple almonds.
I have a couple of almonds. Chew them really well because your stomach is not.
Okay, love you.
Okay, I love you too, baby. Be safe.
Oh, honey, you're feeling really weak? Well, just have a couple of almonds. If you chew them really well, it'll trick your body into thinking you've actually had a meal, but don't eat more than a couple because, as they say, one too many almonds on the lips, forever on the hips. Gigi and Yolanda have since claimed that the clip was taken out of context and that it's not representative of their actual lives. However, this clip doesn't exist in isolation. There were many other times in the show when Yolanda did things like encouraging Gigi to diet more because she thought the modeling agencies in Paris and Milan preferred girls on the skinny side, and then also asking her to stop playing volleyball because it would make her body too big and bulky. Yeah, like these are things that Yolanda actually said to Gigi, and a film crew filmed it and put it on TV. At any rate, the term almond mom became a cultural shorthand for this type of toxic parent-child dynamic and quickly gained traction on social media as a popular hashtag. But in the last year or so, the constant internet discourse surrounding almond moms has sparked a spin-off trend, a kind of backlash to the backlash, in which the grown children of almond moms are now reclaiming the label and openly embracing the toxic diet culture their moms originally imposed on them. Online, they refer to themselves as the Almond Daughters. If you search Almond Daughter on TikTok, you'll literally find hundreds of videos from self-labeled almond daughters sharing their healthy recipes, their favorite wellness products, and fitness routines. It's become a distinct internet subculture. And in addition to its obvious ties to toxic diet culture, the almond daughter subculture is also heavily product driven. Apparently, if you truly want to live a healthy life, you'll need a few $1,000s on hand for all the wellness products and gadgets and gizmos that are promoted in this space. We're going to check out some popular TikToks from this internet subculture and the products they promote in just a moment. But before we do that, a quick message from today's sponsor, Cloaked. So Cloaked actually dared me to put my phone number into their site, and I was not prepared for what I found. Apparently, my personal information is like super exposed online, with 38 records compromised, and there's a high likelihood that scammers can get a hold of it. Information like my past addresses, people I'm related to, and scariest of all, my social security number is just floating around on the interwebs. And I'm willing to bet your information is exposed as well. See, whenever you sign up for something online, you're providing your personal information that can be sold to data brokers. And these data brokers then make billions of dollars from selling this information to spammers, scammers, and even stalkers. Technically, you consented to this happening because companies bury this in terms and conditions that they know that nobody will actually read. And the real issue is that most data removal services only react after your information has already been leaked, leaving you exposed until it's too late. Every time you sign up for something new, you risk repeating cycle and creating fresh vulnerabilities. Cloaked is different in that it not only uncovers where your data is being sold and removes it, but it also provides tools to prevent the problem before it starts. With their app, you can generate unlimited burner email addresses and phone numbers, so you can sign up for basically anything while keeping your actual identity private. That means that data brokers end up with useless fake details while you stay protected. So I'm gonna dare you guys now. Go to cloaked.com/antibot and enter your phone number for a free security scan. It only takes a few seconds and you'll be able to see if your social security number is on sale right now. The longer you wait to address your online security, the more your information is being bought and sold. So if you're ready to get your information back, go to cloaked.com/antibot to get 30% off any plan. Thanks so much, Cloaked. Now back to the video. From what I've seen, the most prominent of the so-called Almond daughters is a UK-based influencer named Olympia Anley. She has over 500,000 followers on TikTok and describes herself as a certified longevity coach. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's not a real thing.
Making a longevity dinner in an ingredients household. We've got the Ray Peat carrot salad. Raw carrots are great at binding to excess estrogen, as well as being a great source of fiber. I'm adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some organic coconut oil from Bilgain, and a pinch of mineral salt. We've got some wild salmon fillets here in extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to heat those up in a sauce of soy sauce, lime juice, and maple syrup. I have here a purple sweet potato, which is loaded with anthocyanin antioxidants. Centenarians in blue zones eat these. Some avocado, a lovely healthy fat. My wild salmon. And the gorgeous carrot salad. I'm finishing that with some salt and some extra virgin olive oil. Simple and delicious. Bon appetit.
While Olympia often shares the meals she cooks and her exercise routines, her most popular TikToks are usually the ones where she talks about the different wellness products that she uses. And yeah, I am gonna subject you guys to some of these TikToks, of course. And to help me react to them, I'm bringing Drew on to share his insights. You guys might not realize this, but some of his first videos were critiques of the billion-dollar wellness industry. He covered topics like alternative medicine, naturopathy, and essential oils. And I actually helped him research and write the scripts for some of those early videos. And writing for his channel actually is what inspired me to start my own channel. So I think that it's really fitting that we both respond to these TikToks. And as we go through Olympia's TikToks, I'm going to keep a running tally of each product's price. And at the end of every video, we'll total it up for a grand total. And probably won't surprise you guys to hear, but some of the totals are going to be quite shocking.
My non-toxic morning routine as an almond daughter. I start every morning by rinsing my mouth with salt water. These are ancient mineral salts. It's a really easy way to support oral health and reduce inflammation. I then use organic, virgin, cold-pressed coconut oil to swish around my mouth, which is called oil pulling.
For 20 minutes.
I then set up my Neurosim, which is a vagus nerve stimulator. It induces a parasympathetic state by sending electrical impulses to the brain. And I combo that with my red light face mask and red light décolletage mask. I then sit with those on looking like a crazy person.
Okay, maybe other people. Eric, by the way, you should definitely just keep this on screen between us this whole time that we're commenting on this. Maybe other people have seen these before and it's like the crazy has already worn off, but I have like not become desensitized to this. Wow. Whoa.
Yep.
This is like if Bane from Batman was into alternative medicine. Like, Jesus. Wow, okay.
I feel like this routine is already so, like, involved and complex that, like, there's no way anybody's gonna, like, actually do this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely not. Also, I don't get the swishing your mouth with oil for 20 minutes to pull oil.
Pulling. And the ancient mineral salt rinse. I mean, I guess I understand, like, swishing with salt. Like, I think that there could be, like, a benefit to that because, you know, like, with piercings and stuff, like, using salt water is really good for them. So I can see that being the case, like, for
if you
oral
have, like,
hygiene.
some kind of bacterial infection, then, yeah, salt water can help to cut down on
but
bacterial
I don't
growth,
think
but
it needs to be, like, ancient mineral salts
yeah,
or whatever
that's
the
just
fuck.
all marketing shit.
Person meditating for 10 to 20 minutes. I then tongue scrape to remove any of those dead cells, bacteria, and toxins that have accumulated overnight on my tongue. I then take a little fluoride-free toothpaste tablet out of this glass jar. I brush my teeth using an aluminium toothbrush with a plant-based head. Then I hydrate and replenish my minerals with some shilajit. This is a really mineral-dense resin that forms in rock crevices. Voila. Then I like to do some morning movement for lymphatic drainage of some kind, whether it's standing on my vibration plate, bouncing on a trampoline, or just bouncing on the ground. Woo! I don't tend to go on my phone for an hour after waking. I do a mini dopamine reset, so this is an exception.
I just feel like so much of this is like overcomplicating. Get some exercise every day, brush your teeth, go outside a little bit, and don't spend too much time on devices.
Yeah. Like, there is some good advice in this. Because I think getting up and moving your body in the morning, that can be very helpful. Getting your, you know, muscles working. And, yeah, like, just doing basic hygiene stuff. But the problem is that it's, like, it has to be, like, this certain, like, organic, ancient oil they found from a cave or some shit. Like, it has to be this crazy stuff that, of course, is really expensive. And we're going to talk about that after we finish this.
Obviously, this is just trying to sell products. Either that or she's been sold a bunch of products because that's the only thing any of this stuff is good for.
Morning cuddles are a must.
I like
Can't
that.
be forgetting morning sunlight on the face and feet in the grass. This connects you to the Earth's electrical energy, allowing for a transfer of electrons, which are nature's antioxidant. Time to shower and have some breakfast.
What the fuck? That's not how anything works. What?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, again, like going and standing out in the sun for a little bit and putting your bare feet in the grass, like I can see there being a mental health benefit to that.
I mean, sure, yeah.
But like, it's not because like the electrical wiring of the earth is going up through your feet or something like that. No. It's just overcomplicating everything.
That's not how anything works.
Okay, so I went and found every single product that she mentions in this TikTok, and I found out the price of each one, and I've totaled it up. So I thought we could talk about that.
With like at least half of those products all being a mouth rinse of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why don't you guess how much all of that cost?
I feel like the price range could be so much because you can get coconut oil for like
pretty cheap
for like $5 at the grocery store. But I'm guessing she got some kind of like celebrity endorsed or, you know, whatever like adjective here, super awesome, amazing, organic coconut oil that costs like $50 or something.
I mean, it's funny that you mentioned the coconut oil because that's like the one product that was reasonably priced and actually maybe a little bit less expensive than I was expecting.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just go over it so you don't have a guess.
I feel like
Because
it could be anything.
yeah.
I mean, it could literally be like $18,000, or it could be, you know, I don't know, 100.
Yeah.
It really could.
Okay, so I'll go by each product one by one. The salt water rinse was $28.99.
For salt?
Yeah, for salt, but it's ancient mineral salt. So
Yeah, all minerals are ancient. They're rocks.
okay, the coconut oil, which was like a pretty big jug of it, was only $9.37.
Okay,
which
yeah.
I feel like is actually pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
it's a pretty good deal for a big thing.
Their nervous stimulation device that she put on her like temple, $802.78.
It's like monetizing electrical signals in your brain, monetizing being alive. Oh my God.
The red light mask, I couldn't find the exact one, but the average price for them is $250.
Well, that makes sense because the company has to pay like, you know, recompense or like damages or whatever for everybody that has to see it and traumatized by the people who put those on.
The red light décolletage mask was $339.99. Tongue scraper, $10.
Okay.
Toothpaste tablets, $15. Which you think that that's like not really that expensive, but like it's toothpaste.
Yeah.
You can go to the store and get toothpaste for $3.
Yeah, for real.
The plant-based toothbrush is $135. It is an electric toothbrush, I'm pretty sure, but like...
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess if it... But also the plant-based thing, like, yeah, most toothbrushes actually are plant-based. I mean, unless you're going to... There are petroleum products in, like, a lot of toothbrushes because they're plastic. Technically, that used to be animals. That was a bunch of dead microorganisms that were compressed into petroleum products. But, so maybe that's not plant-based. I say this as a plant-based person myself.
Right.
That's just like, ugh.
The Shilajit, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. Cave stuff that she put in her mouth, $45. And the trampoline was $130.
So total it up.
$1,766.13 for a morning routine.
Yeah, very completely attainable and not at all like American Psycho.
My non-toxic flight protocol as an almond daughter. Firstly, I am not eating any food on the plane. A study conducted on a group of athletes demonstrated significant reduction in jet lag when fasting during flight. I have my radiation blocking blanket here. It's lined with silver and I always wear it during long hauls to protect myself from excessive radiation.
I just want to acknowledge here, she clearly has pre-boarded and she's clearly in first class.
Yep.
We are talking about unattainable rich people shit, rich people caring about mostly non-problems here.
Yeah.
Just for that to be upfront.
Yeah,
Here as we
I'm
watch
going to
this.
talk about that more in the conclusion of this
Okay.
video because that is a very, very important point
Yeah.
to this whole almond daughter thing.
Yeah.
But the radiation blocking blanket, like she just don't want to be exposed to too much radiation. Don't get on an airplane then.
Yeah.
Like just do things that you wouldn't be around radiation. Like you're going to be around radiation if you're on an airplane. Like that's just...
Yeah, and also like if you get the blanket and you put it over you, okay, maybe you could say you're blocking radiation coming from the angle that the blanket is on your body, if the blanket even works, but like the radiation is everywhere, all in the atmosphere and going through the plane. Like you're
she
gonna
doesn't
get
have it on her back.
Yeah, you
Like,
have
what-
to be wrapped up like a taco, burrito style, completely and totally
With your head.
covered, or else, yeah, the radiation's still gonna get you. So like, just don't fly.
And those radiation blankets are like total bullshit. They don't work.
I mean, yeah,
at all. Which
probably-
we don't need to like. We should not focus on like debunking any of this because it's like obviously stupid.
Yeah.
If I'm not sleeping, I make sure to get up every hour, walk around and stretch my legs. Blue light blocking glasses. It's really dysregulating for your circadian rhythm to be exposed to artificial lights for long periods of time. I always wear these in the airport as well, and especially after the sun has set.
I think it's kind of funny that she's like a TikToker who uses a phone all the time, and she's like, I have blue light blocking glasses. I'm like, yeah, you're using a blue light emitting machine for your job. Like, okay, yeah, great. You're doing awesome.
I mean, but her advice isn't bad. Like, yeah, being around artificial bright lights all the time, yeah, that does fuck up your circadian rhythm. But if she's traveling somewhere overseas, your circadian rhythm's gonna be fucked up anyways because of jet lag. So it's like, I understand, like, there is some logic, but also it's like you're doing too much.
Let me put on 1,000 Band-Aids that all cost $1,000 each instead of like changing the basic way I live and taking a ship.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, even a ship is going to have radiation, probably.
I mean,
I don't know. Just like, don't travel. If you're that worried about it.
I do think it's funny that she's wearing radiation blocking stuff while also like putting radiation on her face in the morning as a part of her morning routine because light is radiation.
Yeah.
And also going in the sun, which
but
is
it's
more
natural. It's natural.
Yeah, so is all the radiation up in the atmosphere, upper atmosphere, and it is dangerous.
Yeah.
I always bring a hydrating spray of some kind. Plain air can be really dehydrating. This one has organic aloe vera juice and other really lovely ingredients. I always do something to regulate my nervous system to combat external stresses while traveling. This neuromodulation device may boost parasympathetic activity by over 61% in just 5 minutes by sending electrical impulses to the brain via the ear. Use it for 15 to 30 minutes. It's painless and very relaxing. I always bring my own snacks for before and after the flight. Today I have this chocolate-coated energy bar from Vilgain. All the products I use are linked in my bio. Like and follow along for more content like this.
Throw off the plane. Throw off the plane. Exit row. Oops.
All right, so you ready to see how much all of this shit costs?
Yeah, sure. Is this counting the first class seat or no?
Oh, I didn't factor that in, but that should definitely be factored in.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the EMF blocking blanket is $199. The glasses are $129. Everything spray, $24. The nerve stimulation is $800. And the protein bar was $3.50, which, sounds inexpensive, but you can get protein bars for like $1 at the grocery store. So the total is $1,155.50.
Not including the first class
flight.
ticket.
Yeah.
This is consumerist stuff like for rich people. Again, there's a core, like there are core health issues that are like kind of being talked around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's radiation. Yeah, you can get stressed out on the plane. Yeah, there's junk food on the plane. But you can deal with a lot of that stuff by making choices or doing things that don't have anything to do with spending that level of money.
Yeah.
Like, take your own snacks, which is like a banana and a granola bar or something.
Yeah. And get an eye mask. They even provide you with eye masks on the plane.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, especially if you're in first class.
Oh, my skin's getting all drink water. Drink water.
I don't mind the everything spray. I think that is a little expensive for like a hydrating spray that you're just, going to spritz on your face. Like you can get that. Like you can get in like an Elf brand one for like, $4 or something. I don't mind that. It's just like every single product has to be this like extremely expensive,
And
like
specialized.
bougie, specialized, all organic, plant-based thing that like realistically nobody can afford.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears here and talk about another TikTok account that goes by Almond Mom and Daughter. And as you've probably guessed, these TikTokers are a mother-daughter duo that, according to their bio, shares all things health, wellness, and giggles. One of their more popular TikToks is a healthy house tour,
So I've come to London to visit my Almond daughter. I'm intrigued to discover what healthy gadgets and gizmos and products she's got in her new flat.
Okay, so we're going to start in the kitchen, and obviously we're going to start with my water filter. This is an AquaTrue. Reverse osmosis, and then we always add our minerals back in. This is just one of the supplement cupboards in here.
Help.
Mum hasn't seen any of this before.
Sorry, or I guess we can keep going. Sorry, I just think it's like so funny that she has this water filter that filters out the minerals that they put in water, and then she like goes and adds them back in.
That's
I just think that's so funny.
wonderful.
So we've got obviously the minerals to add back in here. I've got some black sesame tahini because this is going to help me not go grey. This is like amazing for like reversing greying. Anyway, video coming on that. We've got a load of different matchas. We've got some colostrum. We've got Organized, one of my favorites, like an organ blend, but it's like tasteless and it's great. Cool. Got some rose powder, psyllium husk, more collagen, teas, and I've actually got more supplement cupboards than I do food cupboards. So this is another one.
Yes, no surprise there. Oh my giddy
These
aunt.
are like my daily essentials and daily essentials in here. And then we've got actually a bread bin, which isn't used for bread, it's used for more supplements. Of course. We've got a load of protein powder up here. This is my favorite at the moment. This is
Oh my god, beef protein powder? What the hell? Ugh. Ugh. As someone who consumes a lot of protein powder, wow. That doesn't actually maybe offend me as much as the fact that this is the second and still at the beginning of the supplement cupboards, but that's wow. Yikes.
Nutrition, and I use their collagen religiously. Got all their beef organs. Yeah, all of my little essential tinctures.
Fabulous.
Actually, let's do a little glance over at the fridge. I don't know what stage it's in, but we jam pack the
Full.
fridge.
Yeah.
We actually have most of it being supplements, probiotics, more supplements, lots of things going on in there. A whole other drawer here. More supplements.
What?
And
why?
quite a lot
Why?
going on.
Why do you need that many supplements? If you would just eat like a well-balanced diet, you don't like that. Food has these things in it already. You do not need to take additional supplements most of the time. Sometimes, especially for pregnant women, they might need to.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of the time, you do not need to do this.
Even then, it's pretty simple. You can like fit it in one hand. Like
yeah.
What? Obviously, you are rich enough to be able to afford
just wait.
good quality food. Like, supplements might make sense for people who are in food deserts. The problem is that if you're in a food desert and you can't get good quality produce, you also can't get the supplements that you might need. So, like, no, I mean...
She lives in London, so, like, you know, obviously she has any type of food at her disposal that she could possibly need.
Yeah.
She's obviously rich enough to afford any type of food.
It's clear that this is like an obsession with consuming something in order to try to, like, I don't know, meet some kind of very arbitrary standard of
health.
Like imaginary health markers.
Yeah.
Did you get a shot of my feet? I was just going to say, obviously at the door, shoes are off.
Shoes off.
This
I
is
always
like
forget and get told off.
This is the vicinity of shoes. I'm not allowed anywhere else in the flat. And also on that, we're quite funny with like outdoor clothes. So the sofa is only allowed indoor clothes, and me and my housemate are both on the same wavelength with that. Okay, and then under here, more sofa storage.
No.
We have got a load of, actually there's an air filter in there.
Dope. What
And then I've
unused?
got a whole waitress bag full of herbal tinctures. And then another waitress bag full of dried herbs. And then we've got just casually some organic sea moss here. We are fully stocked with healthy cookbooks, health books, all the essential readings. Okay, so we're going down the corridor now, and this kind of pains me that this is just in the way, but this is my
portable infrared sauna, which is actually incredible. It's from Furzone. We've had it for years, haven't we? Even when I was poorly. And then my bedroom.
Infrared is red light, just red light that is slightly longer wavelength than you're able to detect with your eye. It's red light. That's all it is. Getting into a tent and bathing yourself in infrared light. I mean, it does nothing. I mean,
I was looking into this, and I don't know, from like the brief little glance that I did on the internet, it seems like maybe infrared, like there are some studies that say that infrared does something like to boost cellular regeneration or something like that.
But like if you want to get infrared, go outside. There's light and heat out there. That's where it is. Like you don't need to buy a product. It's like there again, it's like, oh, I'm going to eliminate the radiation. And then we're going to add the radiation back in. Yeah. Like we're going to eliminate the minerals. And then we're going to add the minerals back in.
Yeah, well, and like they're gonna trying to eliminate radiation, but then she lives in one of the most like densely populated areas in the world, like in London.
I mean,
so it's like if you really are like that concerned about radiation, like move out to the country or something.
I mean, that isn't radiation's from the sun. There's no radiation.
Well, no, I mean, but like they're concerned, like when they talk about radiation, they're not talking about it from the sun. They're talking about radiation from like cell phones and like computers and like, yes. So like that is their concern because they see like radiation from the sun as like healthy, natural. So like what I'm saying is that if they're concerned about that, why live in like around millions of people like that all have cell phones? Like go out to the country.
Okay, that's not typically like something people call radiation because it's non-ionizing.
Yeah,
AKA it's not damaging. It's literally light.
They think that it's bad.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Maybe have a few science books that are not being sold alongside supplements in your cupboards and in your couch. Jesus.
Trying to think of some things that we've got in here.
Not an iron, then.
Her mom is the worst, by the way.
By the side of my bed, I've got my little trusty mini red light from Bon Charge. These guys are the best for red light things. Mm-hmm. So we love Bon Charge.
Right next to your window, where the full spectrum of light is coming in.
Just wait.
Charge. I've also got this, which is a radiation protection device, which gives out negative ions, which is meant to kind of counteract the bad positive ions that come from radiation. This is probably my most expensive gadget. You don't even want to know how much this cost.
No, I found out.
This from Australia.
Yeah. But anyway, worth it.
It's not
doing anything.
That's not how it works.
I've looked into those things and they're total bullshit. They don't do anything.
I mean, even the concept itself is like trying to have, it's like the Iron Dome. You don't want the bad missiles coming in, so you try to hit the missiles before they come in. That's what this is like theoretically, right? Like it doesn't work, but like theoretically. It's like if every single water molecule around you was a missile and you have like one missile trying to counter all the ones around you and you're in the middle of the depths of the ocean. Like this is like having a circular firing squad around you and trying to take it out with one pistol, trying to hit the individual bullets as they come at you. Like even theoretically, this is like complete and total nonsense. Sorry, I'm being a complete hater-ass bitch, but like alternative medicine stuff like this drives me fucking crazy. I know. Even before I was like a staunch anti-capitalist, this stuff drove me crazy.
So that lives by my bed. Okay, so next we've got my trusty air purifier. This one is incredible, the Amazing Air one. And I think it's just good for people living in London because the air is filthy. And then
again, it's like if you're so concerned about it, don't live in London. Like there's a really simple solution for that. You don't have to live in London. But of course she has to because like it's London.
Well, how would you get all these
like a society girl, How
would you get all these supplements to be able to consume if you just got everything from your food and you lived out in the country with your obvious wealth, you know.
That's true.
Up here, this is my little radiation protection blanket from...
Oh, you got one of those?
Yes, this is from Radius Smart. You can see it there. But I think it's got some kind of silver in it, which is what shields and protects. Little pink Himalayan salt lamp. Just
It's the least offensive thing that she has.
and wind down. And then
The bathroom. What is in here?
And on my shower, obviously, we have a shower filter for
Very
London
good
water
idea.
because the hair has changed since living in London.
Brilliant.
And that is my little naturopathic almond water house tour.
Dear God.
I will say, I'm not actually super upset about a water and air filter. Because, I mean, especially with London being a giant city, it can be quite polluted. But, I mean, yeah, that's probably the only thing out of all of that I would say is like, okay, that could actually do something.
Yeah. I mean, well, especially like she does have a point about the hair. Like having a water filter on your shower actually does help your hair look better. I don't know if it really does anything like health-wise.
Yeah.
I have my thought, like seeing all the like little tinctures and dried herbs and supplements and oil she has. It's like she should actually really just get into witchcraft. Because she already has everything she needs, basically.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she should just get into witchcraft.
Yeah, I think that this is kind of like a somewhat religious thing. You could describe this in religious terms for sure.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to hear how much all of this costs?
Yeah.
Okay. So I couldn't like calculate how much each individual supplement she has cost because she has like probably like 500 individual supplements.
Yeah.
So that's probably a couple $1,000 as is. The water filter was $450. The beef protein, $73.70. The collagen, $40. Infrared sauna, I couldn't find the same one, but the average price is $350. Mini infrared light device, $250. Okay, this is the one that's crazy. That EMF protection device. Do you want to guess how much it was? How much it cost?
$500, $800,
You're not even close.
$2,000.
Closer.
How much?
$4,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, the air purifier, $409. Radiation protecting blanket, $100. So the total was $5,667.70. Plus, we got to add an additional, probably like $3,000.
Oh, I think that's very, very conservative.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen people who hoard supplements before.
That's true.
And a lot of those individual
People
bottles
go into debt.
cost like $200 sometimes.
That's true.
And so,
Yeah.
I mean, we could
That's
we
true.
could be talking there's like $10,000 worth of supplements in there.
That's so true.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing that her family's obviously rich because she would be in serious debt if she was, not rich.
I don't know. I don't know anything else about her. Maybe this is just what she spends literally all of her money on. Maybe she is in debt to this stuff because
I guess that's true.
We've known people who have like entire garages absolutely packed with this type of stuff, and they go into extreme hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt for supplements.
That's true.
So maybe that's happening here.
We don't know. Okay, so now I have 2 more short TikToks from this same account. They're just TikToks of this woman's mom being a total bee.
Okay.
Oh, I do fancy some sorbet.
Right, come along, Tabitha.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I should read the text on screen. POV, when Almond Mum is trying to keep the family healthy and you bring up wanting pudding.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm feeling a little some type of way about all my criticism because I'm like, oh, maybe you're getting to obsessive levels of all of this because you kind of have some family trauma going on there. Like, if your mom is setting expectations so high,
That you can't have sorbet.
if you just mention that you like you like sorbet and someone shoots a glance at you, like,
And she gives you the evil eye.
absolutely no shot she's not abusive. Like, I'm saying that right
now.
now.
Yeah, no, like that's like straight up like wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you've eaten something naughty, sugary and stuff, apparently if you do calf raises like that for 15 minutes, is while you're sitting down, it disperses the blood sugar or something like that.
I don't think that's how that works. Pretty sure that's doing nothing.
I mean, you can like regulate your blood sugar by getting your muscles and blood pumping and things like that. But it's like, see, this, like having this like tit for tat attitude about like health stuff. I say this as somebody who like is into, I don't know, fitnessy stuff. And
yeah, I would
like,
say you're like generally conscious about what you eat, but mostly because you have some health issues. And you have to be.
Yeah.
But this is like that. This isn't that.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, I had one piece of candy. Now I need to sit for 15 minutes doing calf raises because I don't want to like potentially gain like 1 single pound.
Right. Like she's phrasing this like if you eat something sugary, you're going into like health debt in a way.
Yeah.
And now you have to earn your way out of it with work. And it's like, no, like, why are you thinking about it through this? It is actually like a strangely capitalistic lens. Like,
well, and I think it's also kind of a Christian lens. It almost sounds like sin.
Yeah.
Like you committed a sin and now you need to atone for that through calf raises.
Yeah.
But I think also it's like, and I'm going to put a big trigger warning for this video in the very beginning because we're getting into like discussions about ED.
Yeah.
But like, you can just have something sweet just because you want to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to exercise afterwards. You can just eat it because it sounds good to you. And it's okay to have a little sweet treat a couple of times a week. Like that's not a big deal. Your body does need sugar.
I mean, just from a like health and fitness perspective or whatever, like, if you are getting your like 30 minutes of moderate exercise every day, which can actually, I'll say like that can be difficult to even get, especially I think in the US where everything's based around sitting and driving to sit other places. Like if you get your 30 minutes of exercise in, especially if at least maybe 2 times a week that has to do with like lifting something heavy, you can just kind of eat like sweet stuff. Like don't go overboard, but you can eat some sweet stuff and it's fine.
Yeah.
And you're not going to gain weight because like you're just doing your normal, and that is not like revolutionary.
And you're going to be perfectly healthy.
Yeah, you're going to be fine.
But like, obviously this isn't actually about health.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about your body looking a very specific way and being very like rail thin and weak because it's just diet culture stuff. But they're passing, it's like they've rebranded it as like wellness. And it's like, no, like this is just an eating disorder, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I want Drew and I to respond to 2 more TikToks before we end this video. And these TikToks aren't from like self-described almond daughter influencers, but I do think that they nevertheless exemplify the almond daughter ethos of constant consumerism.
okay, I need to read the text that's on screen because it's very, very important to this. POV, the almond daughter started living alone. And like her grocery cart is like completely full. Her fridge is packed to the brim with all of these veggies and fruits. And it's like, she has like 30 apples in there.
Yeah.
Like all of that is gonna, like more than half of that is going bad because you live alone and not one single person can eat all that food. It's like, obviously it's like she just did this for the aesthetic of like having a really like organized fridge full of produce.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's possible to do a mostly produce thing. I mean, it takes a lot of prep, so it's really difficult. If you have the time, then sure, like do it. But the thing that freaked me out is like, how in the hell is anyone eating that many apples? You know what?
There's like 30 apples there.
Maybe she's like pressing apples to make a juice to share with other people, but like that is a lot of apples.
I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't consider that. She could be into like canning or something. But I don't get that impression.
It's possible.
I think she just wanted to make an aesthetic TikTok, honestly, is like kind of what I'm getting from it. But it's just like, who is going to eat them? Like, how is one person going to eat all that?
Yeah, no, I think you make a good point when it comes to like the spoilage, because again, like it's not any shade. It's actually great to eat mostly produce if you can. Most people just can't do that because it takes time to prep stuff. People don't have that amount of time. That takes like a lot of money to have that free time. But like the eating, I mean, for people who aren't trying to like sell you something or a brand, you know that like when people are eating mostly produce stuff or like mostly whole food stuff, it's not very aesthetic because you're like chopping a bunch of stuff up, putting it in a little box, putting it in the fridge or the freezer, and it doesn't like look pretty. I mean, it's healthy for you, but it doesn't look like this. So I don't know. I guess I'm not horribly mad at it. I just kind of think it's silly.
I actually think that this one is a little bit more dangerous than like it seems like on the outside, because I think this one probably not more than the one we just, or like the Almond mom and daughter when they were like showing their house. Like that was like obvious, like super overconsumption. But this is also like overconsumption to the extreme, where she probably went to like Whole Foods and dropped like $400.
Yeah, this is a lot of money
for all of this produce that, if she really truly is living alone, is going to go bad. Like even if it's in the fridge, that stuff is not going to last more than a couple of weeks, and she can't eat through all of that in that time. So she probably, you know, dropped potentially $400 just so that she could like make this aesthetic TikTok. Because I think that's really, to me, this reads almost like as the fridge scaping stuff on TikTok. Do you know what that was? Yeah. Like this is, I don't think that actual people that fridge scape would consider this fridge scaping, but I kind of see it as that, because like she almost even like color coordinated stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like,
you're right that I think that this does kind of like intimidate people away from actually making healthy choices, which
like,
is like,
oh yeah, I have to like buy all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't.
It's actually like a lot more simple than that.
Yeah.
POV, Almond daughter visits seed oil grandma. Great.
What's that now?
You can't use Dawn.
Honest to Peter, that's my more expensive one.
Oh, pure vegetable oil.
I think you're being a little bit overkill. I've been cooking with this before you were born. Nobody's fell over. And we're still here.
But that water's really bad for you.
Now you're just making stuff up.
It has heavy metals in it.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Plastic utensils and Teflon pans, Grandma?
You mean this is bad for you because we just bought this not too long ago?
It has forever chemicals in it.
Stainless steel. Well, we'll have to talk to
Forever chemicals. Everything's a chemical. What are you talking about?
So the forever chemicals thing does refer to a very specific type of chemical that does not biodegrade, does not degrade in any kind of way. Even like if mechanically, if you grind it down, it doesn't degrade. It stays there, and those can stay, and it's not all of them, but a lot of them are actually quite like harmful to you. They can cause things like cancer.
Okay.
The issue I'm having here more is like, oh, obviously this is for, you know, the TikTok, but instead of going, oh, forever chemicals, those are really bad, and those shouldn't be manufactured, because even if I don't use them in a pan, they do get to me, because they do.
Mm-hmm.
What I should do about that is get into environmentalist activism to try to actually hold these manufacturers accountable, so that my city, my state, my country actually has regulations so these things cannot be created in the first place. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go, you know, chew out my grandma.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the like hyper individualist consumerist culture version of health. And it's a totally moot point.
And this is something that is really, really prevalent, I've seen, in the like wellness alternative medicine sphere, where it's a lot of the time they are identifying actual problems. Like with alternative medicine proponents, they see a lot of, how, badly and horrible our healthcare system is. And they like see that problem. But like you were saying, to your point, like instead of trying to, get at everybody universal healthcare, they instead say, oh no, you need, like, we're still going to use capitalism, but we're just going to like put our money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like we're going to like buy into these like health companies that are obviously charging like way more for their services instead of like actually addressing the problem. And so I think that this is prevalent within that space.
Yeah. You know what country has a longer life expectancy and better health outcomes, lower cancer rates? Like longer lives, better health outcomes in basically every measurable way over the United States and the UK. You know which country? Cuba.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to hear that.
Cuba.
They don't want to hear that.
Cuba is a communist country, and they have more doctors per capita than any other country in the world. And they also have some of the best like life expectancy and health outcomes. And that's with them being surrounded, a small island country with very few resources, being surrounded by the largest military and economic force that has ever existed in all of humanity, the U.S. empire. They pulled great health outcomes off through communism in like the worst possible material conditions that you could basically imagine. Maybe capitalism is the thing we need to be talking about and not like bitching to your grandma about seed oils.
You know why they were able to do that? It's because the devil's rewarding them, because the devil is a communist.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say one more annoying anti-capitalist thing. Seed oils are bad. Why are they bad? Because capitalist countries go and cut down giant swaths of natural ecosystems that had tons of biodiversity in tropical areas to grow monoculture, one single crop, and then they employ at slave wages a bunch of basically indigenous people that have been colonized in order for you to make that stuff really cheap so that Americans can fry French fries. Eating the vegetable oil is not actually all that bad for you in moderation.
Right.
Even if it was as bad for you as an individual as they say, eating the seed oil would still not be as bad for you, person in the UK or in the US, as seed oil production is for the planet or for the people who are being forced to produce that stuff at like less than subsistence wages.
Yep.
That's the problem with seed oil. Like, get over yourself.
Grandpa about that.
What is this?
See, this is butternut ice cream. It's delicious. Sometimes a little sugar is good for you once in a while. Gives you a little energy.
It does.
And I can use energy.
You can't buy it with canola oil.
Nobody ever told me that. Doctor never said that.
It's used as engine lubricant.
Really?
Yeah.
So what if it's also used as that doesn't
mean that you
anything.
can't consume it. That doesn't mean that it's bad for you if like in moderation. To me, like what sticks out to me about this is like the irony of this granddaughter telling her 80-year-old grandma, like, hey, all these things are bad for you. You need to like swap out all of these products for more expensive, healthy versions. And it's like, the woman's 80. She's gotten this far in life using her Dawn dish soap, eating, consuming canola oil. I think she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's okay.
For
like,
real.
If it was really that bad for you, I don't think she would have, like, made it to 80.
I want to give that grandma a hug and sit on the porch and eat some butter pecan ice cream
Actually,
with her.
a butter pecan ice cream sounds really, really good now to me.
I like the grandma's attitude and just being like, yeah, no, I think it's fine every once in a while. I think you're kind of overdoing it.
All right. So while researching for this video, I actually came across a TikTok from a creator who goes by What Zara Loves. And in her TikTok, Zara responds to the whole almond daughter trend and explains that she thinks that it's just repackaging eating disorders and selling them back to us as an internet aesthetic. She also points out that it glorifies both thinness and whiteness.
If you were to really like unpack a lot of these aesthetics, they're rooted in quite harmful stereotypes. Like when you look at like the clean girl, for example, it's actually so rooted in like Western skinny white girls, equating like clear skin, thinness, whiteness to like the clean girl aesthetic, like so far removed from actually being wellness.
I think that she totally hit the nail on the head here. When you scroll through Almond Daughter TikTok, you'll notice that many of the influencers are thin white women with blonde hair and blue eyes. In fact, Almond Daughters will commonly post like photo carousels with the first picture showing themselves, almost highlighting how like thin they are, followed then by photos of their meals. It's almost like they're insinuating that to truly be an almond daughter and be healthy, you don't need to just eat like them, but you also need to look like them. And many of them are also obviously wealthy. This is something that Drew and I talked a little bit about in our reaction. They often live in these really fancy high-rise apartments in big cities like London, shop at bougie grocery stores like Erewhon, and frequently go on wellness vacations to places like Bali. So it's not just that the almond daughter trend glorifies thinness and whiteness, but it specifically glorifies the white privileged class. It's selling the image of the white upper class, a class that has built and maintained itself through systems like patriarchy and racism. It's selling it back to us as an aesthetic on social media, as if we just bought more kale and wore red light therapy masks that we could actually be granted entry into white high society. Real quickly, guys, before we end the video, please don't forget to check out my event on Satanism. That's going to be on July 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the Pro Bar here in Austin. I would really love to see a lot of you guys there. And if you do plan on attending, please RSVP on the meetup so that we know that you're coming. And if you don't live in the area, the event is going to be filmed and then the recording sent out to anyone that's RSVP'd on the meetup. So if you either want the recording or plan to attend live, please do RSVP on the meetup. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge thank you to my patrons who help make these videos possible. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. If you'd like to follow me on social media, my Instagram is Taylor_the_Antibot. And if you'd like to consider supporting this channel financially, a link to my Patreon will be down in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. Say bye!